The worst betrayals are the ones you stumble upon quietly. No confrontation, no warning, just a truth that ambushes you when you least expect it. For me, it came on a Tuesday evening, hidden in the glow of my wife's phone screen. She had left it on the kitchen counter while she stepped into the shower. Normally, I never touched her things. I believed trust was sacred. But that night, a notification flashed across the screen with words that burned into me before I could even look away. It was from her ex-boyfriend, and her reply, sitting there in plain sight, shattered me. "I'm just waiting for his inheritance. Then I'm yours." I froze, reading the line over and over, hoping my eyes had betrayed me. But there it was, her plan, her real intention. Not love, not marriage, not family, just money. Just waiting like a vulture for me to die or for fortune to arrive. My heart didn't just break, it turned to stone. I didn't storm into the bathroom. I didn't scream. I didn't confront her. Instead, I smiled at her when she came out, kissed her forehead, and told her dinner was ready, because sometimes silence is louder than rage. That night, as she laughed at my jokes and played with our dog, I studied her the way a stranger studies a mask. Every smile she gave me now felt rehearsed. Every "I love you" echoed with mockery. How long had she been planning this? How many of our moments had been lies stitched together by greed? I couldn't sleep. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, her words running circles in my head, waiting for his inheritance. She didn't see me as a husband, just a stepping stone to wealth. But if she thought I was naive, she had forgotten who she married. The next morning, while she was at work, I sat at my desk and drafted a letter. It wasn't to her. It was to myself, a carefully crafted bankruptcy notice. I designed it with the logo of my family's law firm, the same firm that had handled my late father's estate. I made it look real enough to fool anyone. When I was done, I left it on my desk in plain sight, where she often snooped through my papers. Then I waited. 2 days later, I got my answer. She didn't mention the letter at first, but something in her changed. The sudden sweetness in her voice grew faint. The kisses shorter, the warmth colder. She stopped asking about my day. She started making excuses to go out more often. And one evening, when she thought I was asleep, I caught her whispering on the phone, "It won't be long. He's broke. There's nothing left." That was it. The trap had closed. I could have confronted her then. I could have thrown the truth in her face and demanded to know why. But I wanted her to reveal herself fully. I wanted her to make the choice, to leave me for the man she claimed to love. So I let the days pass, feeding her the lie of my supposed downfall. I told her I was selling assets. I staged fake phone calls, loud enough for her to overhear, about debts and foreclosure. I watched her eyes as hope drained from them, replaced by the sharp calculation of someone rethinking their options. Then one night, she packed a bag. She thought I was asleep. I watched through half-closed eyes as she tiptoed through the room, stuffing clothes into a suitcase, her phone buzzing with messages from him, the ex-boyfriend who had been waiting in the shadows. She slipped out of the house without looking back. I let her go. The next morning, I filed the real papers, divorce, not bankruptcy. My lawyer had everything he needed: the texts, the proof of infidelity, the evidence of her intent to defraud. In the eyes of the law, she wasn't just unfaithful, she was a parasite exposed. Days later, she came crawling back, not to apologize, not to confess, but to beg. She had discovered the truth, that there was no bankruptcy, no lost inheritance, that I was still very much in control of everything she thought she had stolen from me. "You tricked me," she hissed, her mask finally gone. "No," I told her calmly. "You tricked yourself. I just gave you the chance to prove it." She screamed, cried, begged. She even tried to turn my family against me, but the evidence was undeniable. In the end, she walked away with nothing but her suitcase, the same one she had packed the night she left for another man. As for me, I didn't feel victory. Betrayal doesn't leave you triumphant. It leaves you hollow. The woman I once loved had revealed she never truly existed. What I had married was an illusion built from lies and greed. But in that emptiness, I found clarity. Sometimes silence is the sharpest weapon. Sometimes The best revenge is not in shouting or striking back, but in letting a betrayer hang themselves with the rope of their own choices. She wanted an inheritance. She wanted wealth without love. What she ended up inheriting was the weight of her own betrayal, a burden far heavier than any fortune. And me? I walked away free, carrying nothing but the lesson that not all love is love. Sometimes it's a transaction, and sometimes the only way to win is to let the other person lose themselves.